Shut your mouth.
It's Mr. Duran. He's the one and only godfather is Mr. Duran. People like him want to be him. He's Mr. Duran. Mr. Duran. He is a man. El señor Duran. Es un galán. Chinguiters. Ahí te guacho, tacho. Take it away, Tengo que sí, mi gente. Mr. Duran. East LA. He is a man. Más claro no canta un gallo. Mr. Duran. Chinguiters.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mr. Duran Show. T-H-E-E-double-E. That's right, I spelled it right. Simón que sí, mi gente. Show. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we've been gone for a while, but we're back. And we're back with a vengeance. That's right. I missed all of you, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? As always, I always have a lovely co-host next to my side. And today I have my lovely co-host, Jacqueline.
Oh,
How's it
Mr.
going,
Duran?
sweetheart? Thank you so much for coming out and helping me.
Oh, thank you for allowing me to be a part of the Mr. Duran Show.
Oh,
Such
man.
a pleasure.
You know what, sweetie? Tell us just a little bit about you, a little bit.
Well, I live near Long Beach, California, and I love to ride my bike at the beach
Oh, so how often do you go to the beach, sweetheart?
as often as I can.
I bet you grew up going to the beach a lot, right?
Yes, I'm a native Californian.
Ah, carajo. Well, I grew up in the beach too, but my beach was called El Rio Grande. Well, close enough, right, sweetie?
Yes, close enough.
You know what, sweetie? We've been doing the show for about 18 years, but we've been here a few years, but we were in hiatus for a couple of years. But I've always had my good friend, Ray Garza. He's been part of our crew for the longest time.
Yes.
Recently, he had a heart attack,
Oh, my goodness.
and he needed a bypass,
Oh,
But we have pictures of him.
really? You
Yeah,
do?
we have pictures of him in the hospital. Guys, could you show the pictures of him? You see it? Carajo, oh, come on, man. That's chingators. Come on, these guys are too much. Could you really show the picture of him? Look at that.
Oh.
Okay, la chingators. Man, he's got the one where he's lying in the hospital bed, please, Rick. There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Yeah, Ray Garza, man. But we wish him well,
course.
speedy recovery.
Yes.
Triple bypass. There's nothing to mess around. We got to take care of it.
Yes.
He hasn't been riding his bike in the beach.
I know.
I stopped riding my bike in the beach. We need to follow you in the back. Hey, let me
He's
ask you
part of
this.
my entourage.
I bet you cause all kinds of accidents out there.
Mr. Duran. Well, at least I helped him get up and get back on the bike.
Oh, man. We have a great show today, sweetheart.
Really?
We have my good friend, camarada, Ray Carrion and the Latin Allstars.
Oh, I love that band.
Yeah, and I told you about them the other day on the phone.
Yes.
And Ray has always steps up to the plate for me, Jacqueline. He always. I was going to call you Lady Jacqueline. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. And he's always there for me. I'll tell you what, are you ready to hear?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
How ready are you?
I'm really ready.
I've been singing, man. Show me. You got to jump up
I'm
and down.
really
I'm ready.
Oh, no, I don't think I can jump up and down.
So we'll introduce them together, okay?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Ray Carrion and the Latin Allstars!
cannot stop moving.
Oh man, Ray, Carrion, and the Latin Allstars. Let's bring Ray over. Hey, come on, Milo, get over here. Ray, Carrion, Ray, Papa, and my lovely co-host Jacqueline.
Hello, Ray. Hello.
Ah, Ray, man, that was great, Milo. Híjole.
We're back, Mr. Duran.
We're back, man. Yeah, 2 years, but you know what? By the grace of God and University of Laverne, the staff here welcomed us back. So we're going to give them their props in a little bit. But Ray, how you been, my brother?
I'm doing good. You look great yourself.
Oh,
I mean,
thank you, Ray.
The studio's changed. You got some new equipment here, but everybody's still energetic, and
Yeah,
it looks like you're gonna have a great time.
Yes, we are.
I just saw that we were back here. I think 7/12 or something. I saw there January 15, 2012. That was back here. So almost 3 years ago.
3 years ago,
Wow.
yeah.
Thank God we're alive.
Yeah, thank God we're. And you know what? Speaking about being alive, we've lost some beloved people in our circuit, right?
Some a lot of great musicians, Papa. I mean, you know, a lot
Share
of
with
names
us,
to
Papa.
mention. I mean, from Steve Fallamar from the great group Tierra. I mean, you know, Steve was one of the members so many years with Tierra. I mean, always there with Rudy throughout the years. Since we were here, we also, you know, we lost obviously recently Becky Cordova.
Becky Cordova.
You know,
Yeah.
Becky Cordova, what a
We
great
have her here. She
vocalist.
signed it up here with the company band.
Matter of
She
fact,
was-
the first time I came on your show, I was
yeah.
here with the company band, and we performed, and
Right.
her services are coming up, and so, you know, she's a trooper. Yeah, there's people, you know, you just never know what happens the next day.
Right.
So, you know, we always, you know, just pay tribute to them, and we lost in the great salsa field. You also have his name up here, Johnny
Johnny
Polanco,
Polanco, yeah.
Mr. Salsa from
Mr.
here in
Salsa.
Hollywood. Yeah.
Ay, Ray. We just don't know. And so many friends of ours have gone sick from strokes and heart attacks. But you know what? By the grace of God, they're still here. And our departed that are not here, they're in heaven smiling down at us and looking after us.
You know, the main proud thing is, you know, just like we're documenting today, this great show and stuff, they leave a legacy. They have leave a legacy with their music, through the recordings and the videotapes. So, you know, we appreciate the time that they had here, the love that we shared with them and stuff. You know, now they're on a better place and stuff like that, but we keep their legacy and their spirits
Amen.
alive. And I know on your show here with the Great Wall, many names here that are
Mario
obviously,
Lobato,
you
Little
know,
Dicky,
Mario and
Bobby Espinosa's up there. You
El
know,
Chicano.
it's
There's
Chicano.
It's a tribute. It's always an honor to be here on the stage and, you know, to be part of your show and your history and stuff like that. You've done so many, you know, 18 years you've been doing it. You've done so much for so many bands that never get any type of recognition or any type of TV exposure. You can see the nervousness while they're here, and they get to appreciate it how, you know, it is when, you know, to get up there. But you've done a lot, so, and you're still here with us, and we love you, you know.
Yes, and it, you know, I'm going to be 61 pretty soon, man. Pretty soon around the corner. Last year, I didn't think I was going to make it to 60, but I made it.
And you guys know his trick, his remedy why he stays young.
Yeah, right.
He
there.
always
What's
has these beautiful co-hosts. I mean, so he knows how to get him up here, keeps his energy level alive. And
it raises my, no, not my table, my blood pressure.
Right.
Blood
the table
pressure.
too a little bit.
and
but
you know, you're blessed because, you know, you got a beautiful wife,
my wife,
Patricia.
she
You know,
supports me a million percent.
you
My
know,
son and all.
she's there, and,
Yes,
you know, and
yes.
you know, if you get out of high, you know, you got, you know,
Yeah.
London security when you get home is going to take care of you, so you don't want to get in those troubles, you know.
Ray, I want to ask you something. You know, in 18 years, you know, I've been doing this. I've seen a lot of changes in the music industry and clubs and locations are not here no more. You know, what does one do like yourself to keep it alive, to keep music alive, live entertainment, if you will? Touch on that.
It's very tough out there. The main thing, you're in Los Angeles, California, in this area, the competition is fierce. You know, out there, there's just so many people out there fighting for the same jobs, and obviously a lot of the restaurants and clubs that were before are not having live entertainment, and if they do, the prices have gone down. So you have to be very creative, and, you know, and to keep yourself fresh, keep the music fresh. That's why, like, bands like Cold Duck that have been around for over 30-something years, you know, Ace, you know, these bands, Balance, you know, that, you know, are cover bands. They, you know, you got to hold to them, but they stay creative. They keep out to their audience and stuff. In my situation, where I really deal with artists that are original artists of the original recordings.
How long did you play without Chicano?
Over 22 years.
Oh my Lord!
Wow.
Over 22 years without Chicano with Bobby. I'd seen so
Wow.
many changes and stuff, you know, and you know, when I took off to Peter Chris for a couple of years, and then I came back and was still back with El Chicano some years, but great times. I mean, it opened a lot of doors for me. All the guys there in the band, you know, much respect from Bobby Espinoza, the late Rudy Regalado, and obviously our, you know, buddy Fred Sanchez, Jerry Salas, Mickey Lesbron, who run the band now, and many shows that I've done with Ursi Orvizio, the original voice of Sabor a Mi, that we feature a lot in the Latin All-Stars and stuff. So it's a great legacy, great music, great bands.
So you went out there and you kept the wheel rolling, my friend. That's what I admire about you. There's so many great events happening that we're going to touch about in our next segment. We're going to have you back to talk about the stuff that's going on, you know, future events. But let's talk about some past events, okay?
Well, we had some great shows, huh, Mr. Duran?
Oh my God!
That's
Wow,
really
we
good
we
show.
had, you know, featuring the, you know, like talking about Ursi Orvizio, the original voice of Sabor a Mi, Richard Bean, you know, the Mr. Suavecito, you know, we have little Ray Jimenez, featured Little Ray Jimenez on the show. That done a couple of shows, had the pleasure of backing Little Willie G. A couple of shows that we've been doing recently inside there, you know, always with us, Hank Castro, Gilbert Stokes, who I know is going to be on your next show
he's
next
gonna
week,
be on our
that
next
you're
show,
going to have coming up recently.
And the queen of
Tachita
salsa,
Lopez and
Tachita
stuff like that,
Lopez,
but you know, and bringing up and coming artists. You know, you brought to attention to me a very young man that, you know, really never got to be on that stage much, and you gave him a little shot. Said, Ray, try him on. It's a young guy named Matt Legospi, and Matt Legospi is now, you know, I just heard recently he's got over 10,000 followers on his Twitter.
I saw
You know,
that.
he's doing real good, and he's
Instagram,
keeping
right
the
now.
old school music alive.
He just turned 21 years old and keeps it. I mean, he plays music that I haven't even heard of, you know what I mean? But it's beautiful music, though. But you know what, Ray? You keep everybody employed. You go with a group of the Latin All-Stars to Laughlin, Arizona. You were in Nevada not too long ago. You go with Tashita to Colorado.
Colorado with Pete Escovedo, the legendary Pete Escovedo. It's a blessing. I mean, it's a lot like what I said. You have to be very competitive out there to get the right work. With the benefit after leaving, you know, playing with El Chicano for over 20-something years, and I go, well, how can I keep something fresh? And just with all the contacts of all the great musicians of all kind, Latin and soul music, I kept contact with them. And that's what I feature with the Latin All-Stars. It can never be a same show all the time. It's always could be fresh and thing. I feature so many different artists. So recently we did in Valentine's Day, the Barbara Mason, you know,
Barbara
sold-out
Mason,
show with Barbara Mason there, and with Bretton Wood there. You know, we've backed up to Sonny Asuna, you know, Joe Bataan. I mean, the list of artists goes on. We got coming up shows that, you know, we're doing with the Temptations, and it's a great thing to keep it all going.
My co-host was asking me, because you went with me to one of the shows where Richard Bean, for example.
Richard Bean was playing, yeah.
And she goes, that's the voice that I hear in the radio of Suavecito. I go, yes, darling. That's the original voice. He brought him over.
Wow.
You know, that was when we had that recent show at the May 23rd, where we were talking about our past shows. At the Greek Theater, you had War, Tierra, and Malo, and stuff there. But we were there at a little small place at the VFW Hall, and here to behold, with the Latin All-Stars there at the same day, we had the original vocalists from that, you know, those famous groups. So, you know, it's a pleasure to work with these artists, and I can't do it without them. So, and all your support that you do, you're always there. So, and everybody out there in social media and stuff. I mean, we do it for you guys, and you guys keep us going, and that's why I do it. You know,
he keeps us employed, ladies and gentlemen. He keeps us out there. He puts our name. There's so many great events happening. We're going to talk about this event coming up. Okay. We're going to talk about this one. This is the big one here.
Disco Duck.
Disco
That's
Duck.
gonna
Quack,
be
quack,
fun.
quack, quack. And Ray, you've also have your CD that we'll talk about in a little bit. We got Ray. Now this, man.
Rock Español.
Rock Español. Míralo, mira. Look at that.
Come on, little
such a
Tony
vibe.
Lama groups
We're
there.
going to talk about that in a little bit. Ray, I'll tell you what. Would you do us the honors, hermanito, to bless us with
More music,
más
more música.
más música.
Sure.
You want to
It'll
hear
be a
más
pleasure.
música, sweetheart?
More music, please. Más música.
Say it, mija. Say más,
Más música.
Órale, well, go ahead and go up there.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, while Ray goes up there, sweetheart, isn't that great? We are so blessed to have him here.
We
huh?
are so blessed.
Yeah.
We are.
I'll tell you what, sweetie.
What?
I'm going to give you the opportunity to introduce Ray Carrion of the Latin All-Stars. Take it away, sweetheart.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Ray Carrion and the Latin All-Stars. Yes.
Man, wasn't that great, man?
Oh, it was awesome. I
Híjole,
love that song.
A little
man.
twist on the Evil Ways there, huh?
Yeah,
A little different
I
version.
like that.
Bring back to the big legacy of the great late Willie Bobo and also
Ah,
our buddy Victor Patoja. So we changed a little bit,
Yeah,
added a little bit
I
of their
love
version,
that.
a band Fat Burger from San Diego, and obviously Santana there in that
Santana,
song,
yeah.
The Evil Ways there. So.
And when you do your concerts, I notice that when you do certain songs, you say, "This is the version that Carlos did back in."
Yeah, back like most of the songs,
Yeah.
so certain recordings
Right.
that when I learned a song, I try to let everybody know that when I learned it, it was from a certain recording,
Right,
a certain
right.
era. A lot of
You
the
know
stuff
what?
from the
I am so grateful he
Japan.
does that, sweetie, because
Yes.
you
That's
gotta
true.
you gotta know your history. If you know music, you gotta know your history. He's giving you a piece of history. Shame on the people who don't pick up on it, but I admire the people that picked up on it because there was a lot of people that I saw that concert. I was there, or I had that DVD. He played it exactly like that. It's not like that in the recording on the radio,
Yeah, studio
but on the
version, yeah.
concert or the studio, it's like that, and that's the way you play
And people
it.
like those little notes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And that's always with a certain DJ, radio station. You get
Right.
little insights or certain little things.
Little
that the way
insights,
they tell
exactly.
you, let
Very
you
well
know
put, my
a little
friend.
knowledge and stuff like that behind.
Yeah.
That's why what Vince Scully from baseball has been around for such a long time. He knows how to throw those little stories in
Yeah.
there that are true and then get to
Like
the
a
point of what
slingshot,
happened.
boom, right in your head.
Yeah, and with our music industry, there's so many behind the scenes great
Yeah.
stories that we have. Wow, like we tell you, we could be here all day
Yeah.
telling stories of all those great shows. But
Papa, share with me about this CD here, man.
well, you know, that wasn't a long time coming together. I put that together. It has so many great musicians. It took me about 3 years to record, but we recorded over 3 CDs worth of music, and it's a cross collaboration that I did doing Spanish and English music. So I would record a song, for example, as Esperando. I would record it in English, and then I would record it in Spanish. And not only that, I would record it with the male vocalist singing, and then I would record it with the female vocalist. So there's 4
wow.
versions of every song
That's a nice
that's
little
in there
twist to it.
by a way of letting people hear a variety of it. And then it's funny because the photo that's up there
That's what I was going to talk about
is,
that photo
from the
there.
old, Mariachi Plaza.
Yeah.
That is,
There's a mariachis waiting to be hired, and then there's a rock and roller next to them ready to be hired.
well, one of the songs on there is called Esperando.
Oh, okay,
And so
Esperando,
waiting,
yeah.
which means waiting in English.
Uh-huh.
And the mariachi guys will obviously sit there and they'll wait for people to come
Yeah, bless
to hire them for their parties, quinceañeras and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought what a great concept to sit there with my rock and roll boots and my
Yeah.
jeans that look like battery acid fell on them to spice it up there. And I had the
Well,
mariachi guys sit in the background. It's a classic
but
photo.
nobody was hiring, so you went and
Yeah.
started your own thing.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
it's
that's
nice.
it.
Yeah.
That's what I showed you.
And I went to Mariachi Plaza the other day in my tuxedo, see if somebody gave me for an MC. La madre.
Not the same anyway.
Things have changed, huh?
Everything changes for hopefully better. Hopefully better. you know.
Man. Disco
Disco
duck,
duck.
quack, 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 quack.
Wow, what a great show, you know.
Terrible.
We've done those shows there. We've done it to VFW Hall, and we've sold them out all the time. And obviously, by selling them out, we have to use the dance floor as part of our seating area. So we have no room to dance. And
Right.
everybody's Ray, we want to see the show. So I put this show together. You call the '70s flashback. You know. Disco ball dance party, sponsored by the Be Mr. Duran show.
Yeah.
Thank you, your
Yay.
staff.
Now
and
look at
everybody.
John Travolta put on a
Yeah,
little
you
weight
got
here.
your suits there. You're looking
He put
good
on a
there.
little weight, John Travolta, Chicano Travolta there, huh?
We got 2 great bands, the Tease Band featuring Veronica Salas and Edgar Salas and Willie G's son, Jacob Garcia on drums. So it's a very
really?
talented band
That's
there. and
Tease, right? Tease, the
stuff.
band
Yes,
Tease.
the band Tease. And
Uh-huh.
they're
And then you
going
got
to
the
be performing.
Groove Band.
And then a band that Mr. Funky Medina and Rocky Padilla, one of the 20,000 bands that Rocky plays in, called the Groove Band, is going to be Performing. And we got a bunch of special guests that day with us, with the Tachita Lopez, Betsy Villaseñor, Hank Castro, Frankie Fontaine. You know, we'll have obviously Bobby Navarrete and Bobby Loya, Robertito Melendez.
And the date of this ring?
That's going to be on Saturday, August the 22nd, and it'll be at the VFW Hall in the City of Industry, post 1944. The doors open at 7, showtime from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. You're going to be my MC and my host. We got Mr. Funny Guy, Gilbert Esquivel, who's going to be our comedy for the day, and the one and only Mr. Brown Sound, Frankie Fime, who's going to be
Oh,
doing the
DJ
DJ, and
Frankie,
he bring
yeah,
back
great
his
guy.
disco boots and everything. So we're going to have a great
Yeah.
time, and the dance floor is going to be open. We're going to have fun and dance. The disco duck's going to be in the house.
Disco
You know,
Duck's gonna be
Disco
there?
Duck.
We're gonna do our groove.
Oh boy, quack, 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 quack. Phone number.
Phone number to get tickets, 323-895-2863. Again, that's 323-895-2863. We accept cash, food stamps, anything to buy the tickets, whatever. Invite everybody.
Todos los que vengan.
Toda que venga, soy puertorriqueño. You know, it's Puerto Ricans, you know, we're taking it.
Right, so you came from Ohio now, huh?
Originally from
¿Cómo
Ohio.
cae un puertorriqueño en Ohio y luego acá en
Well, you know, my mom and dad, they first came from Puerto Rico and they went to, obviously, New York City, and it was just a little too much for them. You know, the cockroaches were a little too big
Too
for them.
big.
So they, you know, they went to Ohio. My dad, obviously, was one of the first deputies there to work in Ohio in the sheriff's
really? Oh,
department,
bless his
and
heart, yeah.
ended up retiring over 32 years at the Ford Motor Company, where they originally made the Ford Mustangs, and that's where they were first, right there in Ohio, Lorain, Ohio.
Yes, yeah.
So it's a great city, great Midwest town to be raised. You know, I stayed there. I graduated in 1980, came out to California in 1982, went to the great music school in Hollywood, GIT, you know,
Wow.
with a lot of great artists there that have performed with, you know, a lot of great musicians that are out now
That's
touring
heavy.
and playing with a lot of great
That
artists.
is heavy. Ray, you're on Facebook?
Facebook, I got 3 Facebooks with
Three of
Ray
them.
Carrion, which is
Ándale.
my personal one, and then the Santana Europa, which is for my Santana tribute band, the only Santana tribute band that features former Santana members that were
Ándale.
very busy with that band.
Yes, go ahead.
And then East Los, which is Ray East Los Santana, which we have there. And it has all the information for our shows. You're welcome to friend me there. Like I said, if you want to book the band, hire me. I left the phone number earlier, 323-895-2863. I'm reachable, I'm talkable, I'm willing to help you out on anything and put a great show for you, no matter where you're at.
You're a great man, Ray Carrion. You are a great, great, great hermanito. Any parting words, my friend?
You. I mean, you, just how much can we say thank to you? I mean, you're
Papa.
complete, your family, Patricia, your son, Rick Duran, which is working in the control room now, who helps design many of my flyers. You, I mean, we owe the respect for you every day that you're here on this planet and promoting so many bands, all the great bands that are up here. And I'm just honored that, you know, after 2 years that you've been off the air, that the first person you called to put some entertainment together. I really want to thank
And
all
you
these
stepped up to
musicians
the
that
plate,
came out here.
yes.
You know, Steve Gutierrez, that was
Yeah.
on drums, Steve Campos on keyboards,
Right.
Rick Reyes, which is on bass, Bobby Dorado on drums, Adrian Manji, which is on timbales there. You know, the whole guys, Gilbert Stokes, who came there and helped out there for little vocals there and
Yes,
stuff. That's what it's all about. I'm only a person, but I have a team. And when we have people like you that help promote us and keep stuff alive, your staff, your crew here, everybody here in the great college Laverne, it's great to see everybody's still up and live, or your director here. Everybody's got a great spirit. I hope keep it going, have another great season, and I'm always here to support you.
Thank you, my
D,
brother.
Mr. Duran.
Thank you, thank you.
Because if
brother.
not, I get bit by London.
Yeah. London by Chihuahua, ladies and
Got a
gentlemen.
Chihuahua. This thing is like, you know, it's you don't need a Rottweiler. He's got a Chihuahua. They go right for your ankles, you know.
Papa, will you go over there and do
Some
what
more
you-
music. We're
Do,
gonna do
do
some more
that,
music.
that magic that you do with your hands, Papa.
It's an honor and a pleasure for you
The thing
guys.
you do best.
Thank you.
Yes. We love you. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Carrion! Ray Carrion! Sweetheart, I'm going to introduce him this time.
Okay, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for mi camarada, Ray Carrion and the Allstars! Shoo!
In the memory of the great Bobby Espinosa from El Chicano, which we have former El Chicano members Adrian Manji, Steve Gutierrez, and myself. The legend goes on. Viva Tirado. Bobby Dorado there on the congas. A song there by El Chicano and the late Gerald Wilson called Viva Tirado.
Hi, Ray. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you. Could you introduce your band members to our audience?
Sure. Everybody here that we have today on the Mr. Duran Show, we have on timbales over here, Adrian Manji. On congas over here, Bobby Dorado. To my left over here, we have Rick Reyes on bass. And behind us, Steve Gutierrez on drums. And the one and only Steve Campos on keyboards and vocals.
Well, thank you.
We're going to do a song that we're going to feature the great Steve Campos, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Hope you guys enjoy it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Ray Carrion and the Latin Allstars.
There's too many of you crying.
Capo. The help here of our good buddy Gilbert Stokes.
Gators, man, that was great, huh, sweetheart?
Wonderful.
Oh man, you could put that. You know what, sweetie? That was awesome. We were really blessed. You know,
Yes.
it feels good to be back. You know, like I said, we were gone for 2 years. We were in hiatus for 2 years. You know.
Well, this is my first time being here, and it's just
Yeah,
been an honor for me to be here.
Thank you so much again.
Oh,
What a way to
thank
come
you.
back. You know, I'm gonna give props to University of Laverne first of all.
Right.
But I do want to thank
You need to thank Don and Chris Ruby.
Yes, I want to give them a big, big hand. Thank you so much
Yes.
for trusting and believing in us and the Duran Show. And bless your heart. You know, if you want us back, we'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any way of getting in touch with them, tell them that you appreciate that they let us in, do it. Who else do we want to thank?
We
sir?
also need to thank our executive producers, Chris Ruby and
Mr. Chris
Don
Ruby,
Pollock.
yes. That sounds like deja vu. Okay.
And we need to thank the Mr. Duran crew.
Yeah. Who do we have, sweetie? Yeah.
In the control room, we have Rick Duran Jr.,
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah.
Big Bang Audio with Rick Lewis,
Yeah. And the son, Andrew.
and his son Andrew Torres.
Yeah.
We have Vladimir Diaz from Studio 2425.
Yeah. Me, man.
And of course, our camera crew. We have Michael Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to give you a special congratulations because I just heard you got married.
Yeah, look at that. He's one of us now.
Yay.
Well, one of us, not you know what I mean.
That was so out of focus.
Yeah, really out of focus.
And of course, John Conroy.
Yeah, better know.
Shaggy John.
It's Jackie John, a.k.a.
So we also need to give out a special thank you to Susan Loya
Yes.
for
my
all
friend.
her behind the scenes work and everything that she does for us.
Most definitely, Susan. Bless your heart.
And we also need to give out a thank you to Arturo Almonte.
Yeah, you know, Arturo's been with me like pretty close to, well, he started with me, man, about 19, 20 years ago, Arturo.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
wow.
yes, yes.
Dedication.
Man. And then we got
And then we have Eric Sarney.
Eric Sarney. He's been with me about 17, 18 years.
Oh,
Yes.
I love
I
Eric.
love my boys, yes.
And Juan Isaac.
Juan
AKA
Isaac. I don't know what.
Juan Pollo.
Oh, Juan Pollo!
Yeah.
No possums, please.
No possum, please. So why don't you let everybody know in our audience about our websites? How can they see the shows?
You know what? Before that, I want to thank my lovely wife, Patricia Duran,
Oh,
for
yes.
always being there supporting me 1,000,000%.
Beautiful, beautiful
Yes,
lady.
yes,
Very
I
beautiful
love her
lady.
dearly. The way they could see our show, ladies and gentlemen, and Jacqueline, our website is www.mrduran.com. Okay, they air it on this side of town. Once it's ready to air over here, we put it on our website, and we also put it on Facebook on Richard Duran and the Mr. Duran Show Facebook. So you could catch all our shows there, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I do a internet radio show. You could get it on SoundCloud. And that's
SoundCloud,
called
okay.
Duran Radio.
And what about YouTube? Do you have anything
Oh,
on
we
YouTube?
have a YouTube channel, and we put the best stuff there. We get hits. I mean, seriously, it's like anybody else. We get hits all over the world. I get emails from Japan, Germany, Europe,
Wow, worldwide.
East LA. East Los Angeles. No, but seriously, we've given exposure to a lot of bands, and they really appreciate
Oh,
And you're
so
on
much
Instagram
fun.
too, right?
it. Instagram, yes, Mr. Duran Instagram. Jeez, how could I forget that?
I know.
Yeah, and sweetheart, again, we do this to serve the community, to give exposure to a lot of people that just don't get that exposure, you know. Not so much for myself, okay. There's bands. Well, you saw the bands that we had here. You know, they're not on regular TV and all that. You know what? And they, you know, look at, they got 3 professional cameras, a sound engineer, the lighting, professional
Yeah,
lighting. You know,
this is
something
a lot
like
of
this.
exposure.
You go pay for something like this. It's over. Mucha
Lots of
feria,
money,
mucha
yeah.
feria, you know. But we do it again in dedication to help others. Since my bypass, I asked the Lord, why did you keep me here on the earth, Lord? He goes, for you could continue. In my dream, he told me, doing what you do best. That's helping others out there.
Yeah. It's a
Showing
wonderful
beautiful
thing.
co-hosts like this.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sweetheart, let me ask you about you, because we find you on Facebook.
Yes, you can find me on Facebook. It's under Jacqueline Zaragoza. It's Zaragoza. And you can request me to be your friend.
Well, we have to scope them out first,
I have
right?
to, yeah, I was gonna
Mr.
say,
Duran
well.
was saying, yay, nay, 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 yay. You know, and if you're an attorney-in-law, we really need to check you out.
I'm not signing any papers.
No,
here, yeah.
no, you can say no. No, but again, we've had a great time here. Thank you so
Oh,
much, sweetheart.
Thank you. It was such an honor today.
I guess we're gonna just take it away with just dedication to everybody. I dedicate this show to everybody and to my friend Caballo.
yeah.
Caballo, Ray Garza. Well, you know, he knows I love him.
Yes.
He had that triple bypass. I think one thing I could leave you with, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel ill, see your doctor.
Oh, most definitely.
See your doctor, please. You know, that's your first warning sign. So, you
Yes.
know, you feel something, your arm's numb or something, see your doctor if you have heartburn.
Anything.
You know, anything.
They may
You know,
catch it at the
If
beginning
your
sign.
nose hurts like Mike over there, he's holding his nose like that. Go see the doctor, Mike. You know.
I'm sorry, they were trying to get me to cue you about the hot dogs, which we didn't want to go to after being sick. Hey, if you're sick, eat a hot dog. It'll make you better.
And if you get sick, eat a hot dog. You know, guarantee you'll get a bypass a few years later. You know, especially if you have the chili dogs.
The chili
And
dog,
get the fries with extra salt.
oh,
know?
the extra salt.
And go to the beach and don't use no
Oh, yes,
sunscreen.
no sunscreen.
Hot dogs and skin cancer works for us.
Okay, now what? Okay, we're gonna do.
Porque sí, mi gente. East LA.
Jim down.
Chingators.